What is up, everybody? Nate here. Today, excuse the hair, I'm sure it looks horrible. It's because I'm in the Jeep today. But today I'm going to be showing you guys, we got, I think, all the parts in on the Jeep. I guess except for one, we don't have the steering wheel in. But we do have a bunch of other parts in on the Jeep, so we're going to go ahead and show you those today and tell you what worked out. Okay, so for starters, we got the steering stabilizer in. You may be able to see it there. It's pretty high up, so you really can't notice it that much. But that did help out tremendously. That is a Rancho, I believe. It just barely fits in there, just between the diff cover. It just barely fits it. When we first bolted it on, we had some slight rubbing and we made some adjustments and we were able to get it to fit. But it is very close, so just a heads up there. Under the hood, we do have a few upgrades under here. First of all, you notice we have a new air cleaner. The old filter that was on ours was just disgusting and was missing, a couple things. So we ended up just getting a new air cleaner that is an Edelbrock. Looks great, and don't mind just the regular nut on top. The wing nut that we got for it didn't fit, so we have one. We're going to be getting one soon. Also underneath that, we do have the new carburetor on. That was one of the biggest issues that the Jeep had, is that the carb was just totally shot. It kept stalling out every time it came up to a stop. It idled really rough, had a miss. And incredibly, the new carb took care of everything. The choke now works on it. Everything works on it. Idle's great. Doesn't have a miss in it. Never wants to stall out, and it just works out awesome. So I think that's pretty much it for under the hood. On the top, you notice we now have a bikini top on here. I do have a soft top for the Jeep, and I was actually using that the other day. But for just cruising around town, this is nice. That way, you don't have the back, and you don't have anything else really on there. The bikini top is just for everyday driving, and the soft top is only when you have rain. On the inside, we do have a couple new things. Also, I did figure out that the straps for the soft top, please excuse the wind noise, I hope this really doesn't turn out really bad on the video, but also I found out that the straps for the soft top here hold down the rear bar, so I don't have the bungee cord on there anymore. So we do have our new light switch in here. I didn't actually realize how bad the old one was actually messed up. The actual switch used to come out, I'd say about an inch or an inch and a half, and this one only comes out about half an inch on the full on position. Also, the dimmer on this one works. You can turn it to left and right to actually dim the interior lights. Everything on that works great, and you can see the actual new switch itself right about there. Also, another minor thing I did is I got a new wiper knob for it. The old one kept falling off all the time. This one does work now. It's on there, really steady. I got both these. I got pretty much everything on here except for the carburetor and the air cleaner from Morris 4x4. I got the knobs, the light switch. I got the bikini top from Summit. I do take that back. But both these things I got off of Morris 4x4. I also did get the accelerator pedal spring, so that makes it a lot easier. Before the pedal was laying flat like that, and it'd be flopping around everywhere, so it was a pain to, get started driving. So I also got that from Morris 4x4. I definitely recommend Morris 4x4. I love them. They have pretty much everything that you can possibly need for your Jeep, and it did take them a little bit for shipping. I think it took them about maybe a week and a half. But I did get constant emails from them saying, that we're having some issues, at our place, so we're sending different parts out from a different location so that you can get them quicker. So it was nice to have the email updates, and sometimes, you just get a miss. So that may have been my miss. But under the hood, as I said, the air cleaner and the air cleaner we got from Summit Racing, and the carburetor we got from Napa. So like I said, both those worked out great. The bikini top we also got from Summit Racing. I do still have to put on the steering wheel, and the reason for that is I did get the steering wheel from Morris 4x4 as well, but unfortunately they didn't mention that you needed a steering wheel adapter for the Grant three-spoke steering wheel. So unfortunately I need to now order that through Summit Racing, which is I think like 20 bucks, which is no big deal, but it's just kind of a pain in the ass because I don't have a horn button on here. There's no horn button on here. I did check the horn works. But there's no play or no button under here, so I don't know. So those are the things that we got for the Jeep. Now what else are we going to be getting for it? Well, the most important one that we actually have right here is the master cylinder. You can see we did have some brake fluid residue on there, and I really couldn't tell if that was old or new. But actually the bottom of the brake boosters is soaking wet, and I've wiped it, and it is actually coming from the master cylinder. So we're going to be getting a new master cylinder. Also, as I mentioned in one of my, I think the first video of the Jeep, we do not have heat. You can see there are the ports for the heater core, and unfortunately they're not hooked up. It looks like this right here should be the heater core tube, which actually just goes to the back of the intake manifold. So I'm assuming one end goes into the heater core and the other end then goes to the intake manifold to recycle it, obviously. So I am going to be pulling the heater core out of the Jeep and bringing it down to our buddy and getting that fixed. So that is pretty much it under the hood. Also, an issue that I have had, because now the Jeep is basically daily driver ready, in my opinion. I drive the Jeep every day now since I've gotten it. I drive it back and forth to school. I drive it back and forth pretty much everywhere I need to go. But the one issue that I did have is with the soft top, and it leaks pretty bad. And you know, I did expect, you know, it's a Jeep soft top, even the hard tops leak. But you know, the soft top leaks pretty bad. The main issue is at the bottom of the doors. They don't seal up against the body, so you have a big gap right there. And also on the top, I don't believe it's sealing either. So I do have a couple ideas on that. Also, all the stitching on the soft top leaks, as well as the window surrounds, those have a few drips on them. But my carpet was actually completely soaked down here, so I did actually pull that out, and I was wiping that up. But we do need to take care of that, and I do have some ideas on how to take care of that. So definitely make sure to check out the channel. I'm probably going to be taking care of that stuff here in a couple weeks, maybe. Probably within this week I'm going to fix it. When I'm going to be able to get a video up on it, I'm not sure. And then pretty much the only other thing that I think we have to do is put the steering wheel on. Other than that, the Jeep, I love it. Like I said, I've been driving it every day back and forth to school. I've only had to fill it up once. I haven't been keeping track of my mileage on it, but I've only had to fill it up once since I got it, and that was to figure out, you know, how the gas gauge works, because I didn't think it was exactly correct. And I'm not sure if I mentioned it in my other video, but the gas gauge is actually it reads a quarter tank low. So when I fill it up, you know, 100% full, it reads 3/4 and goes from there. So that it has a little fluke to it, but at least it's consistent from what I found. It's not like it reads different every single time, so that seems to work out great. Also, while I do have the heater core out, I'm also going to be going ahead and doing the I think it's the Blazer, Chevy Blazer blower motor upgrade. And I'm going to be doing that just because, you know, I'm going to have it out, and I might as well go ahead and take care of that while I have it out. But otherwise, that's pretty much it on the Jeep. Everything is, you know, the way I like it right now. It's at the stage that I want it at, where I can just take it out every day. I can take it out in the rain. You know, it's not perfect. It's just what I've been looking for. So another thing that you guys have not seen yet is the Jeep actually run. You may have actually seen it in the intro. I just made a new intro for it, but you guys have not actually seen it run. So I'm going to go ahead, put the phone down here, and do a quick startup for you guys. So as you guys can tell, it has a really nice gurgle to it. That's just what I've been looking for. It sounds awesome. There's no misses in it. It does have, I guess, a very slight miss in the idle. And of course, that probably is just because, you know, all the ignition stuff is original. It does have new plug wires on it, and the spark plugs have been cleaned. They have not been replaced. That was the previous owner. Also, please excuse the incredibly noisy steering pump. It's a Ford steering pump, so that's very common for those. That'll probably be taken care of in the future as well, but you see no ticks or anything. It has a little bit of a rock to it, so, you know, it rocks a little bit, which, you know, is why I think, you know, it has a little miss in it. But, you know, it probably needs, you know, a new rotor in the distributor, and it probably needs, you know, new plugs and just a regular cleaning up stuff. But anyway, that's going to do it for today's video. So hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure to give it a like down below. And also go ahead and subscribe to the channel for more Jeep updates, more Camaro updates, more everything updates. We haven't gotten the Deuce out here in a long time, so I'm going to try to get the Deuce and a half out with Dad here in a little bit. You know, actually get it out, drive it a little bit. But also stay tuned for the soft top watertight test on the Jeep. I do have some ideas on how to, make it a little bit better. It may not be exactly watertight, but it's going to be pretty good. So make sure to subscribe for that, guys. Thank you, and have a great and safe day.